This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am absolutely thrilled to be speaking with an artist who is talented in so many areas, the one and only David Boland, coming from Ireland. But before we get to our interview, here's a sneak peek at one of David's many talents, giving us a piece of his inspiration.
People don't see you the way that you see you. They see you the way that they see you. So while you might not think that you're good enough, another person might look at you and think they're the perfect person for the job. Have faith in you.
Well, hello, David. How are you?
I'm great. Well, how are you doing?
David, this is what I love so much about this app. I'm in New York, you're in Ireland, and we are connected. You're an incredible artist, my friend. Whether you are making people laugh with your comedy or inspiring them with your pieces of wisdom, I want to know first and foremost about these little nuggets of inspiration. When did you decide that this was something that you wanted to do and put out there? Was it during the pandemic? Was it pre-pandemic? What?
Well, I've always had a kind of background in speaking, like in public speaking, and often people would say, "Oh, you should be a motivational speaker," and that kind of it hasn't stopped in the past like 8 years or whatever since people started saying that to me. And yeah, a lot of people would talk to me and they'd be like, "Oh, I wish we had a recording of that conversation." So now when I hear nice things or like whatever, supportive messages pop into my head, I just say, "I'll record that," and then that's how they come about usually.
Well, thank God you do, David, because I think that now more than ever, we need these little reminders. I feel like every time, and I've been researching you now for a little bit, every time I see an inspirational message video from you, I feel like they're like little post-its that I want to put up on my wall as little reminders, but we get them now in the post-its of Instagram videos. Have you ever been told that your videos are like post-its of inspiration?
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, I have post-its here, like
Stop it.
poster notes that I've written for myself. I think we need like really quick and easy to consume
Yes.
content like that. So like a 15-second like little message on like an Instagram reel is like a great place to share some positivity. So yeah, I mean it's the digital post-it note, right?
I love it. Well, I agree, and that's how I felt, and I'm sure that's how many feel. And listen, I want to also know, how were you able during this tough time to kind of keep your inspiration going in really spreading light in still a very dark time? I mean, not only now, obviously, with the pandemic, but God knows this war that's going on.
Yeah. I mean, before there was any pandemic, like in for the mainstream pandemic, I suppose we could call it, I was having my own personal sort of pandemic, since my teens really. And that's kind of like I channel that sort of um pain into the art. So like the reason I'm able to share in the way that I do is because I've genuinely used that advice on myself. And so now it's just kind of bringing it forward. So when the pandemic happened, to be honest, I just felt like everybody else was catching up to where I was in terms of the existential sort of like questioning, like of like what am I doing, like where am I going, how do I get there, do I need to get there, all of that stuff. They were questions I was asking myself for a long, long time. And so honestly, when the pandemic happened, I almost like felt a slight bit of relief because I was like, okay, now I can actually chill because everyone else is chilling. And yeah, so I think I definitely had a unique relationship to it. I'm sure we all did, but yeah, for me, it was it was a time to reflect for sure, but also I think it was a time for people to receive a lot more, and that's kind of where I come in, right, with my offering.
Absolutely, David. And the fact that you consider it an offering in this time when we've all, as humans, been forced, like you said, to be still and to receive and to not maybe force. I think that you coming in now with this ability to not only communicate, but to connect, because what you're doing is something that's a universal language. And I'm just so excited you're coming on board this amazing new app where you're going to be connected with people, not only obviously in Ireland, because we do have actually quite a few artists from Ireland on board, but also around the world. And I'm also excited too, David, that we're now connected. And I'm so, so grateful for your time today.
I'm so grateful for your presence as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.